Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader from Mr. Topstep with your Wednesday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, I'm looking at a 30-minute chart of the ES, which I'll very quickly turn into a 15-minute chart of the ES. Okay, 1506 high. Here's GDP. We up, and then they kind of traded it up to see, they kind of tried to front run it, and then we dropped, but we printed a low of 98.5. We're now almost four handles above that. Here's my thoughts on GDP. The fact that GDP is lousy should not be a surprise to anybody that's paying attention to anything that has to do with the economy. You have to separate the economy from the market, okay? The market is headed up, at a 45-degree angle until it's not. The economy is not doing well at all. Every Richmond Fed, Dallas Fed, Philly Fed, everybody down. We haven't had a good Fed, regional Fed number in a long time. So how does this get spun? Well, I mentioned on Twitter, and I think it's true, I think it gets spun as being FOMC positive because the market wants it to be FOMC positive. And everything bad that happens is going to get spun as contributing to the Bernanke bid until Bernanke says, we're going to make some adjustments here. And that is a day I would not want to be long the market, okay? When Bernanke blanks on this, if he ever does, that's not a day I'd want to be long. So we've got, speaking of the Fed, 2 o'clock today, we'll see. I mentioned to my subscribers in the other webcast, I can't really imagine what isn't priced in at 1506 at this point. Off the deck for 1340 with that hiccup to 82. Your 166 handles straight up off the bottom. Okay? What's not priced in at 1506? So I would consider that. And if you've been long, that's fantastic. I've been short. And I've been wrong. With my swing position, the morning dips, being able to deal with those on a day-to-day basis soften the blow, that's for sure. But it's no fun, being short and fighting the tape all the way up. But it's a longer-term trade for me, so it is what it is. But my point is, if you've taken advantage of this move, and you're not basically down to a runner at this point, meaning you've sold the majority of your position, you've just got a few contracts on just for fun, I would implore you to go ahead and do that right now, because you've got the Fed today and you've got employment on Friday. I don't know what you're trying to prove by keeping all your profits on paper and not taking advantage of them. You don't want to round trip this thing, back to the middle band. We round trip this thing back to the middle band at 1475. You're not going to be having a good day, considering you just gave up, 31 handles of paper profit because you didn't want to ring the register. You don't get an extra gold star, okay? This is a business, and you need to take profits, okay? Now, let's talk about levels. 06 is the high. As we get up into 1410, I really haven't run into anybody yet that I deal with on a regular basis. And I'm not talking about the bearish people, I'm talking about the bullish people that see much over 1511.5. Okay? So I've got that number on my radar. If you're a bear, you've got to get back through yesterday's low. You got to get back through 90. You got to work on 88 and convert it. And nobody is going to get serious about the bears until they close below 77. I will say that every day until they do it. Nobody will get serious about the bears until they close below 1477. And at that point, that's just a move back to the middle band. Middle band's at 75. So that's just a very basic retracement. Yes, let me zoom in here a little bit. Yes, we did theoretically punch the upper band. I did add to my swing yesterday on the punch because that's what my rules tell me to do. At the same time, it wasn't a punch on much conviction at all. And a punch on a GDP move today would, rather on a Fed move today, would probably have some real conviction to it. So that's just a few things I'll be looking out for. So watch the Twitter feed. That worked. The Twitter feed was pretty good yesterday. I'm gonna try to do that more, not on the Princetontrader feed. So, what I said yesterday was that break in 98 was going to give us 1505 to 1507. So I hope everybody took advantage of that. I'll keep posting on there more often. And we'll see what the Fed brings, and then we'll start talking about employment into Friday. Okay, everybody have an amazing day. Mike Vacchi, Princeton Trader from Mr. Topstep. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another webcast. Trade them well.